Welcome to the Backstage Pass, where we pull the curtain back to shed some light on your favorite movies, television, and music. I'm your host, Kent Stevens, and today, join me as we travel the multiverse to learn about the rise and fall and rise of Jonathan Majors in the MCU.
And just who are you?
I've been dubbed many names by many people. A ruler, a conqueror, he who remains, a jerk. But it's not as simple as a name. Eons ago, before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and he discovered that there were universes stacked on top of his own. At the same time, other versions of us were learning the same thing. Naturally, they made contact, and for a while, there was peace. Narcissistic, self-congratulatory peace. I love your shoes. I love your hair. Oh, man. Nice nose. Thanks, man. Etc. They shared technology and knowledge, using the best of their universes to improve the others. However, not every version of me was so pure of heart. Some of us, new worlds meant only one thing: new lands to be conquered.
So, as a bit of a backstory, that clip was Jonathan Majors' debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as multiversal time-traveling lunatic Kang the Conqueror. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has seen its fair share of real-world controversies, but few have shaken the franchise like the drama surrounding Jonathan Majors. He was once positioned as the great villain in Marvel's multiverse saga. Majors' meteoric rise came crashing down amid serious legal allegations back in 2022. So today, we're going to break down how it all happened, Marvel's response to the drama, and what this means for the future of the MCU. Jonathan Majors first appeared in the MCU as Kang the Conqueror in Loki in 2021. Immediately establishing himself as a major threat, Marvel placed heavy bets on Majors, casting him as the overarching villain in the entire multiverse saga. By 2023, he was leading Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and was set to star in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in 2026. But just as his career was starting to reach new heights, things took a shocking turn. In March 2023, Majors was arrested in New York City on charges of assault, harassment, and strangulation after an alleged domestic dispute with his then-girlfriend. His legal team swiftly denied the allegations, even releasing the text messages from alleged victim, though these were met with serious skepticism. As the case unfolded, multiple women reportedly came forward with similar accusations against Majors, painting a troubling picture of past misconduct. Despite his legal team's efforts to clear his name, the controversy only grew, especially when presented with the spotlight of a cold court case. Initially, Marvel actually stood by Majors as Loki Season 2 had already been filmed, and the studio was heavily invested in the character. But as the legal battle continued, the industry began distancing itself from him. And eventually, Majors ended up being dropped by his talent agency and PR firm, and major film projects began cutting ties with him, including certain advertisement revenue that he has also filmed in advance, like this one clip that we have of Jonathan Majors when he was filming an ad for the US Army. In December 2023, after he was convicted of reckless assault and harassment, Marvel officially severed ties with the actor and removed him from all future projects. And as an example, here is that said clip from that Majors did for the US Army that was quickly removed.
Here's a personal question for you. When you look into your future, do you see a life full of obstacles or possibilities? Back in 1775, the 13 colonies combined their outmatched forces into a unified army, beginning to fight for our nation's independence. And that was the first obstacle. The army made history by overcoming the insurmountable. But history is never over. The obstacles kept coming, one after the other, after the other. And the army made history again and again, pushing back from the brink of disaster and grasping victory from hopeless odds, getting bigger, smarter, and stronger.
Army football wins the championship again.
The army transformed the lives of the millions within its ranks and the character of this country. If you see obstacles ahead of you, take a closer look at this force that's been overcoming them for almost 250 years. Where you can draw strength from those beside you and make your history.
So, with Majors gone, Marvel is now scrambling to adjust its plans for the multiverse saga. The big question remains, what happens to Kang? Well, Marvel has actually pivoted away from the Kang arc to introduce Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, which itself has led to a large source of controversy and divided opinions itself. Me personally, completely against the whole idea, but that's a topic for another time.
There is one very, very important character that is required to do Secret Wars justice. Ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
New mask. Same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
We will see you in 2 years with Doomsday.
Quickly before moving on, I would just like to say, terrible idea to bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, considering he spent an entire decade as Iron Man. I'm also just going to say, huge fan of the character Kang the Conqueror, long before this whole controversy ever took place. Kind of my favorite character. Jonathan Majors' rise and fall is one of Hollywood's most dramatic recent stories. From being the next Thanos-level villain to being removed from the MCU entirely, his story kind of serves as a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the multiverse of entertainment. Thank you for joining us this week on the Backstage Pass. I have been your host, Ken Stevens, and this has actually been the final episode of Backstage Pass. You get it.
That was great.
Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.